was a sunny afternoon, and the beach was alive with the sound of crashing waves and seagulls swooping in the air. Samir, with a red bucket in one hand and a green spade in the other, was on a mission. Today, he wasn't just building any ordinary sandcastle. Today, he was creating the most spectacular sandcastle the beach had ever seen. With every scoop of sand, Samir's imagination soared. He crafted towering walls, secret tunnels, and tall turrets. He even shaped tiny sand figures of knights and horses. As he stood back to admire his masterpiece, he whispered, "This is my kingdom." Suddenly, a gust of wind swirled around him, lifting grains of sand into a glittering cloud. Before Samir could blink, his sandcastle began to shimmer and glow. The turrets stretched higher, the moat filled with sparkling water, and the tiny sand knights sprang to life. "Whoa!" Samir gasped, eyes wide in amazement. Before him stood a grand kingdom, just as he had imagined. But this wasn't made of sand anymore, it was real. A golden crown appeared on his head, and from nowhere, a royal robe fluttered onto his shoulders. "Long live King Samir!" The knights cheered. Samir couldn't believe it. He was king of his very own kingdom. He ran across the grand courtyard, his royal sandals slapping against the gleaming stone paths. He explored the magnificent banquet hall, the royal stables, and the treasure room, which sparkled with jewels the size of melons. But being a king wasn't just about exploring cool places. A little royal advisor, a wise old owl named Hootbird, landed on his shoulder. "Your Majesty," Hootbird hooted in a serious tone, "you have important kingly duties. The kingdom needs your decisions." First, a crowd of villagers gathered at his throne, all asking for different things. "Our crops need more rain," one farmer shouted. "No, we need sunshine for the flowers to bloom," argued the gardener. Samir scratched his head. What if we have a little of both? Rain in the morning and sunshine in the afternoon?" The villagers cheered at the clever idea. Next, his knights came running. "Your Highness, a dragon is threatening the kingdom." Samir gulped, but before he could panic, Hootbird whispered in his ear, "Remember, King Samir, dragons can be reasoned with." Off Samir went to meet the dragon. But instead of roaring or fighting, he asked, "Why are you upset, Mr. Dragon?" The dragon blinked, surprised. "Well, I'm just terribly lonely," it said with a sniffle. Samir smiled. "How about you join us at the royal feast? There's plenty of food, and you'll make lots of friends." The dragon's frown turned into a wide, toothy grin, and he agreed. As the day went on, Samir realized that being king wasn't just about wearing a crown or living in a big castle. It was about solving problems, helping people, and making sure everyone was happy. And sometimes that meant thinking about what was best for others, not just himself. By evening, Samir was tired but proud of all the decisions he had made. The sun dipped below the horizon, and a gentle breeze swirled through the kingdom once more. The walls of the castle began to shimmer again, and before Samir knew it, he was standing back on the beach, the golden crown gone, and the kingdom was once again a simple sandcastle. Samir smiled, brushing off the sand from his hands. He had been king for a day, and though it was magical, he learned that with great power came great responsibility. But it had also been fun, full of laughter and kindness. As he walked home, he heard a faint, happy roar from the distance, perhaps the dragon waving goodbye. The end. Thanks for watching our video and stay tuned for our next exciting story.